Recently we posted a video yesterday and asked you guys to share it, and well, you sure shared it alright. That thing went all over the place, and well, it got in front of some eyes that we wanted it to be in front of. And guess what? One of the managers at storageauctions.com actually decided to contact us, not only by phone, but even agreed to be on a video call to explain everything that went down that day. Now, without wasting any more time, let's get into that.
Thank you for calling storageauctions.com customer support. Please wait while we transfer your call.
So we just got a call from storageauctions.com, missed call, so I'm calling it back.
Storageauctions.com, this is Hannah. How can I help you?
Hi, I just got a missed call from you guys. My name's Amber.
Okay, give me 1 second, Miss Frazier, and I'll figure out who called you, okay?
Okay, thank you. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Hey, this is Chad with storageauctions.com.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well,
Good.
Hey, my superior was just calling you just to talk about, I guess, the incident that occurred with you bidding today. He's going to be right back in the office. Is there a good number I could have him contact you at?
Yes, I'm gonna give you a different number actually.
And who am I speaking with?
This is Amber.
And were you the one bidding whenever all this occurred earlier today?
Yes, me and my husband were.
You and your husband? Okay, gotcha. And just checking. Okay, Amber, well, hey, I appreciate you giving us a call back so quickly. We just wanted to, reach out to you guys so we could touch base. But he should be back in here within the next few minutes. I'll have him give you a call. You should be expecting that here soon.
So, quick question before I let you go. Is it something that you guys noticed on your end, or did you see elsewhere that it was an issue?
I know very little about the incident myself. I really don't want to speak out of turn.
Okay.
I believe he has all the information. He was going to call and talk to you about it just to kind of, make sure there was full transparency on both ends.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he does have everything pulled up. I don't have that information, unfortunately. But he did want to call you guys just to, talk it out and let you, see what could be resolved.
Okay, and who will I be talking to?
You'll be hearing from my manager, Pete.
Manager Pete. Okay. All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
So now the only thing for us to do is to wait for Mr. Manager Pete to call me back and see how this goes. I'm really curious about what the heck they can say to explain what happened. You guys saw what happened, so I mean, what can they really say? Was it really a glitch? Like, was somebody, the other person that was bidding against Jebus, did they just really go at the last second and then the whole system glitched out? I don't know. What are they gonna come up with if it wasn't like a legitimate thing that happened? And two, how are they gonna fix the situation? Because if this is our livelihood and how we get units and whatnot on a daily basis, you have to be able to fix the situation. You have to be able to make me wanna come back and trust your site again. So, again, really interested to see how this conversation is gonna go. Hopefully Mr. Pete calls me back before our auction starts at 6 p.m. because it's 5 p.m. now, and I will start recording right when I get the call.
StorageAuctions.com, this is Hannah. How can I help you?
Hi Hannah, my name is Amber. I called you guys, I can't remember the exact guy that I talked to, but he told me that Pete would be calling me in like a few minutes.
Yeah,
and that was...
he actually just walked in the door, Amber. Do you mind if I put you on hold?
That's fine, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Amber, good timing. I was literally just about to call you.
Alright, good. I was about to say I had to leave soon and I just wanted to make sure that I got a chance to talk to you today.
Yeah, sure. I appreciate that. I was calling, reaching out regarding a unit that Mr. Frazier was upset about, that we've seen it on social media. Was just wanted to clear the air and kind of give you guys some context on the back end, and I'd be happy to explain that to you if you'd like, or if you'd like me to just pass them along to get to Steven. How would you like to kind of move forward with the info?
No, I mean, we'll talk about it.
Okay, awesome. So, I watched the video, we all did, we're a small office here, and we all watched it, and I can assure you with 1,000,000% certainty that there was no fishiness, there was no unethical bidding, none of that happened, because when I watched the video, I noticed that the bid, when it showed on the screen that it ran down at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And so what I did is I went back into our back-end database and I looked at when the bids came in. And what happened was, honestly, exactly what your husband mentioned on the video. He talks about how, people bid at the very last second. I don't understand why, because it's a soft close. That's literally exactly what happened. The gentleman bid literally as it was processing, the clock was striking zero. And when that happens, it could be a combination of either maybe a lag between like internet connectivity. If there's a clock difference, for example, some people may set their phones, so mine's 5 minutes past, so I'm never late. When the clocks aren't absolutely identical between devices, it can create, this small lag like this. But I can assure you, hand on the Bible tell you this was an absolutely valid auction. There was no fishiness. What happened was this person placed the bid literally as it was going closed. So when his computer processed it, it was still actually in the midst of processing the information that just came through. So it's like his computer was processing it, but it was a little behind what had just happened. He probably saw it jump back up, like kind of confused, maybe frustrated by it, got his camera, got everything ready to record, and that's where I saw that it was like a minute and something seconds left. And I know I just threw a ton of information at you, but I just wanted to kind of be very, very transparent with you, and because we wouldn't even know how to rig it even if we wanted to, but we can see when the bids came in, and the gentleman literally did what your husband jokes about, bids at the very last second.
Yeah, I mean, I know bidding at the last second is obviously an issue, and if all you guys watched the video, I mean, you can understand how frustrating that was this morning, because, like, I mean, we've gotten tons of units from you guys in the past, and we've been buying for like 3 years or so, but that's never happened, and every time that it goes, to ended, and then, like, it usually, just close out normally, and at the time, like, there was no way in our mind that this had, like, just played out like this, because, like, it just seemed, I feel like the only reason we went to, something's happening fishy on the back end is because, like, right when it ended, it took, like, I mean, we refreshed it and let it close out and whatnot, and it took, like, a minute, and then when we saw that it popped back up with a minute and a half or 2 minutes or whatever, it was back up and the bid was higher, and we were like, what? I mean, like...
No, I don't blame you. Like, honestly, I don't blame the frustration. I see in the video, like, I understand where you guys are coming from. I really do. I guess my ask of you guys would be, like you said, you won a bunch on our site, and this isn't a regular occurrence. I would hope you guys would trust all the ones that you won before. It's like, is this the outlier or is this the norm?
Yeah, just to add on to what I was saying before, obviously at the time, like, there was no other explanation for us, and like there's been stuff that have happened to us in the past that has been really fishy on whether we're dealing with storage treasures or even just another storage facility, or other people telling us, like, I mean, you see our following on Facebook and probably YouTube, I don't know, but there's been tons of people just all over the country, like, ever since COVID hit, like, this shady stuff happening, whether, like I said, on storage treasures, storage auctions, the bidding sites, or the facilities that are causing everybody to not trust anything. Not trust the bidding sites, not trust the facilities, and that the facilities are going through these units, and obviously that has nothing to do with you guys, but I'm just saying, that's just something that is also happening, and it's just building up this, like, untrustworthy, like, environment, and it sucks. Like, I don't want that to happen, and I know it's probably, at the same time, I mean, kind of frustrating for you guys to hear and deal with, but it just is what it is at this point, and it overall absolutely sucks, and I don't even know what anybody can do about it.
We try to have as honest of auctions as we can, and sometimes that means policing bidders on the site who may be trying to bend or break the rules, but it also means the same for facilities. Right. Like we try try to create an honest auction for not only, you know, the store having the auction, but the bidders like yourself who are actually spending your money and giving your time and effort to having a valid auction. So
right. I mean, regardless of, you know, whether we do YouTube also, but there's tons of people out there that where, like, if stuff like this happens, that's messing with their whole livelihood. Like, all the good stuff that could have been taken out of units is gone now, and nobody can make any money, and like I said, the whole thing just sucks completely.
You know, unfortunately, we can't speak to all the knuckleheads out there, but all we can do is, that's why I wanted to call you instead of, you know, just give you a blanket comment on social media. I wanted you to call, hear from us. You know, all the units you've won from us is the norm, not the specific outlier where I'm literally looking at the data and showing how this guy could not have bidded any more close to zero than he did, which created the lag and created the false sense of the auction ending. And if he had bid 2 seconds before, this never would have happened. So it's the most unique of circumstances, but that's why I wanted you to hear from us. You know?
Right.
Hopefully you have the confidence to keep bidding. Hopefully, you know, we do see you have a great following. You know, we hope that you guys can have some restored faith in us, hopefully, and the next time, you know, it happens, or, you know, hopefully it doesn't happen, of course, but the next time you see something that maybe you're raising your eyebrows at, you have the confidence to call us and know, like, hey, at least storageauctions.com, we can call them and talk to them and see what's going on and see if we can get an explanation.
Right. All right, well, if I have any more questions or anything like that, I'll give you guys a call, but otherwise, I appreciate you calling and kind of explaining to me what happened.
Yeah, no problem. If you don't mind, just a little parting question for you guys. You know, I'd like to send a little something to you guys. Do you have a good mailing address that maybe we could send something to you and your husband?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you our P.O. box.
You know, look forward to seeing you guys back on the site, hopefully soon.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. Bye. All right, everyone, so as you guys have seen on Facebook and YouTube, we had a little issue earlier this morning, and I actually have Pete over here, the manager of storageauctions.com, to kind of explain what happened, because you guys saw our frustration that what happened is very frustrating, and as everybody knows, we always talk about these things that are happening, you know, within the storage world right now, so I need an explanation. So Pete is here to assist me with this explanation. So I'm gonna push it over to him, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. Excited to speak with you. Excited to talk to your guys' network. I mean, golly, you guys have such a massive following. That's so awesome and impressive, and totally, you know, warranted. You know, just looking at some of the other videos you guys have, that's so awesome what you guys are doing. And on behalf of a company that does auctions, you know, commend that. So yeah, obviously reached out to you with that unit that was in question. Totally understand, you know, how things like that might lead to confusions or frustrations, and hence the kind of the social media, like what happened kind of scenario. So it's a little bit of background information on the actual online auction specifically. With an online auction, they have what's called a soft close, whereas it was mentioned in the video, but when there's a bid within 2 minutes, it's gonna kick that clock back up. Whereas it's a little different than other sites like eBay. You know, I'll admit I've done it on eBay before. When you bid with 10 seconds left, there's just 10 seconds left.
Right.
You know, online storage auctions, it kicks that time up. And we were actually watching this unit in our office yesterday as it was happening. So as you guys were bidding on it, we had colleagues who were watching it go down. And what happens when that soft close comes is, depending on when the bid goes through, is obviously going to impact the refresh rate. You know, if they bid with 10 seconds left, it's no problem. If they bid with 2 minutes left, of course, there's no problem. There was another bidder who bid on this unit with literally, like, could not have hit it any sooner. Like, if you know, you might call it sniping last second. This was a snipe of all snipes. Like, it was last second. And we actually have the data on our back end that shows when these bids come in. So what happens when you get into, like, literally, like, not figuratively, literally the last second, you're going to have, it's got to take in that information and then spit it back out, so it's got to take the bid, process it, go, whoa, this thing is not over. I got to go tell, you guys, I got to tell, who thinks they're winning that this thing is still going. And a couple issues like whether it be like time related, we have some people who call in and say, how did this auction end? It's 10, it says it ends at 10. And they look at their phone and it's 5 minutes fast, so there might be some lag sometimes if the clocks on your computer and my computer are a little off.
Right.
That's one. Another may be internet connectivity, and none of these may specifically play into this exact scenario, but we do see in other times where maybe internet connectivity, they go, I pressed bid and it sat there and loaded. And I was like, well, you were 200 miles in the woods, you weren't on your home Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It had to process that bid.
Right.
And then
So as with anything technological, stuff can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff can happen, and that's why we contacted you right away, because could totally understand how on your end you see it hit zero, kind of like, and then you see it kick back, and that's something that we're gonna always try to improve and be better at. But we still do have to honor that bid when it comes in properly.
Right.
That bid didn't come in after zero. It did truly come in right at before zero.
Probably like 0.01.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I'm not exaggerating. The guy nailed it with his timing.
It's crazy.
But that's why it kind of went through. The system almost had to go, holy cow, this guy got it in on time. Let me get it back to him. And that's where this happens, and why we contacted you, because from an auction standpoint, we want to make sure that we're providing a website that you guys trust and like using and believe in. And when you get situations like this to come up, I can understand how, if you don't hear the other side or maybe hear the data that went into that, like, I couldn't blame you for thinking that something really fishy is going on. And my goal is just to hopefully give you guys some confidence and some peace in the fact that I promise you wholeheartedly, that guy is just really good timing with his bid, and it just triggered that soft close.
Okay. Well, that definitely makes us feel better. Now, like, obviously when it happened, in the back of our mind, we were just like, okay, like, it didn't help that we had the suspicions, with the whole storage unit environment nowadays.
Sure.
But at the same time, we were like, okay, it's a website. Like, there's technical things that go into it. Like, it could have been a glitch, but I'm glad that we had your explanation on the back end. That definitely helped the perspective, and also that, like, we've gotten so many units, and the fact that this happened one time, like, I understand, like, something can happen, and obviously, like, it's not like we're gonna stop using your site anymore, or if people ask us, like, we're not gonna be like, no, don't use storageauctions.com no more, because, but because it just happened one time. So now that, not only do they see, like, you guys that are watching this see that we trust it, and it was just an outlier kind of situation, but that if it also happens to them in their personal bidding, that this could be the issue. Like, somebody bid last minute, and that's why. It's not that, like, you guys or a facility is, like, scamming the auction. So that was the main reason why it was really good to have you on here, Pete, to, people could physically see you and get the explanation, just in case, like I said, it happens to them and it happened to us. So we're good to go.
And if there's ever a unique scenario that comes about, or at least in relation to auctions that we host, we try to be really available, really transparent. You can call us. We have a phone line. It's not support tickets or anything like that. You guys can literally call in, and we do our best to facilitate, honest, consistent auctions. And sometimes that means maybe having a hard conversation with the bidder who may not be following the rules, and then vice versa. Maybe we have to have a hard conversation with the facility who is unaware of maybe a typical online auction process. So we try to just broker a good, honest auction each way. So I'm glad we're able to get this one sorted. And then in the future, you guys can always call us, anyone watching. I hope you guys have confidence in using us or calling us, and know that this one was kind of the outlier, not the norm.
Yeah, and just so you know, I mean, the reason that video went out wasn't to dog on you guys at all. It was just, you know, our perspective. This is what happened. We're frustrated at the time, and that we always let like our subscribers or followers know what we're doing. I mean, regardless of what it is. If it's storage auction related, we just want them to know. We're really transparent with our followers. So
yeah, I mean, the what you guys have and have built is super impressive. I think that was the first thing I told you when we got on the phone. Like, what you guys are doing is awesome, and I don't blame you for that level of transparency with your friends and your followers, and that's where I wanted to just make sure that we could be a part of it. That we could kind of step up and have that conversation and let everybody see, where the other side of it,
Right.
So
and I appreciate the effort that has been brought forth from your side. I mean, I feel like if it was, I don't want to name certain sites, but like a bigger company, like I probably couldn't get a person from that company on video explaining to me exactly what happened. And since you're a smaller company, you're easy to contact. Like I said, this is great having a video. So, I mean, you guys have definitely put us at ease, and hopefully put everybody else that was kind of our side, this morning at ease as well. So I definitely appreciate your effort and your time overall with explaining it to us.
Yeah. No problem. Like I said, happy to get this resolved. Always here to help, and hopefully we see you guys bidding on auctions here very soon. And then
we will.
We'll just hope that you guys don't go against someone who's trying to do it the very last second again.
Oh, it never fails. So
yeah, we try to tell bidders when they sign up, like, hey guys, we don't have sniping. It's a soft close, but there's always that person. 2 seconds left. Bid.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, never fails. But again, I appreciate it, and I hope you have a good night, and look forward to bidding on your site.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks. Well, that was interesting to say the least. So we got a phone call, and then he agreed to do a video chat, which we greatly appreciate Pete and everybody at storageauctions.com for real, because you guys are super easy to work with. So I just want to express that appreciation yet again, because I can't say it enough. And again, thank you for telling us that if we have any other issues, we could just give you a call. Easy as that.
Yeah, that's very rare in business today, and I'm not going to name drop either. There's other companies that we've had issues with in the past, and they simply just block our account. Yeah. And I don't want to name drop that company.
No explanation.
No explanation. They just blocked it. They made a mistake on their side, and then they just blocked our account and blocked us from bidding, and that was it. And now they wouldn't do anything with us. These guys kind of went, above and beyond, and we appreciate that. We really do, because I needed an explanation. They gave it to us. That doesn't happen very often.
Gave us an explanation and is going to send us something in the mail, so I can't see what that. I can't wait to see what that is going to be.
So, yeah, you guys know I'm transparent. We've had calls with people before, and I think they're lying through their teeth. I'll say they're lying through their teeth right there, and I'll put a video out on it. These guys are not lying. I believe them cold-heartedly. I believe it's true from a technical perspective, not even taking into consideration my frustration on the bid. From a purely technical perspective, I believe that's 100% the truth, and that's 100% with honest. But, sometimes when you're frustrated and mad, you don't really think logically. You're just like, ah! At least I am. That's how I am sometimes. So it's good to have somebody that'll actually sit there and explain it all to you and explain exactly what happened and why it showed up the way it did, why it looked like that, and that nobody's playing with us. It's just some idiot on the other side waiting till there's 1 second left to bid, which I never understand why, but that's just what they do.
So with all that being said, I want to leave you guys with a little favor from us. So as we said multiple times, storageauctions.com went above and beyond what they could have done, really. And if you left them a bad review, we would appreciate it if you deleted it, because now you know the back end and what actually happened. And if you have some time, just go leave them a good review. I mean, you saw how they dealt with us. Super honest company. We really do believe them. So if you don't mind just helping us out that way, and getting them a lot of good reviews is going to help them out so much. So thanks again, Pete, and thank you, storageauctions.com.